Alrighty, we have moved on to the walls. So they are up inside now. That's actually going to go away because I'm going to put uprights right from here up to the ceiling so that it keeps this. It barely wobbles. I mean, this thing. I mean, it's going to wobble because it's a long stretch with nothing holding it in the middle. But each one is attached with some hurricane ties. You can see them right there. Boom. Easy to take on, easy to take off, or put on and take off. Yes, I didn't do this with a straight stretch of wood because I'm a haunter and I have extra bits of wood. Look, extra bits of wood. Look, extra bits of wood. Why buy more wood when you can just make of whatever 8-foot piece that is? So this actually comes apart into 4 pieces. Comes in, there's that piece, there's that, this piece, and that piece. When there, it's attached up here so that I could keep the flat space for the Velcro for each panel. When I actually go to take this apart and store it, because it's going to get stored up there, is I'm going to actually number, so that's going to be, I think I'm going to do it like that's going to be number 1. So then that will say number 1, that will say number 1, and that will say number 1. This will be number 2, and that will say 2, 2, and 2. And the same with these. This will be 3 and 4 and blah, blah, blah. It'll allow me just to put the boards right back where they go. In all honesty, it really doesn't matter because like this one will matter only because it's got all that to it. Will I eventually change these over to one long piece of wood? Probably. It'll probably be better that way. I did have to use some braces in there to keep these just because I didn't want to buy any more wood. But yes, chances are when I actually go to take these down, I will add more wood. If you're making this, just get a 8-foot 2x4s. I just knew I had all that wood over there that I didn't want to get rid of. All right, I wanted to start using. So the next thing is this right here. So you can kind of see it a little, back up a little bit. The original idea was that was going to be the door. Now that's going to be the door. So we've got a small panel there, a main panel, a door panel, and main panel, and then main panel. So that will allow us not to move any of this stuff because some of this stuff is for terror tours, and the rest of it's for Halloween, lights and projectors and all that. So I can't really move that because I need all that stuff. What this is going to end up being back here is this table is still getting stuff worked on. It's going to move right back to here so we can work on it right there. These tables will go away. This is actually going to be the doctor's desk, so it's going to stay in the scene. This right here is all of the stuff from that cabinet, so now I don't have to open it anymore. This is all going to be used for Halloween, so it will move probably to the porch or the living room, or just in the scene somewhere like underneath this desk. All of this stuff will end up going on that table when we're done, so I can still use it. I've got my chop saw and things like that I'll still need to use to build the slab. Garbage. But yeah, so we are moving on to the actual putting the walls in. I'm gonna wait for Ashley to get home to do that, but I'm gonna do a little more shoring up of these. I'm probably just gonna put an upright there and an upright right there. I do need to test that because I did not notice when I built this that the track on the thing goes down a little bit. So I'm hoping that this will all work out great. Move on to other stuff because next we're gonna start doing the slab after this. But yeah, walls are up. Alrighty, we're here with my OnlyFans. Oh, it's a joke. It's a joke. Anyways, we're back now. As you can see, we still have the walls up. So that helped. They've stayed up the whole time. So we brought in all the panels. They're right behind me here. Look at this. So I hate that this phone can't do the switching. Anyways, so this is what she did with the panels. They are so awesome. They're so great. Look at that. That's so awesome. She did such a good job. So when she originally told me she was going to do gray, because I was like, hey, are you going to base coat these in black like we do like tombstones and stuff? And she goes, no, I'm basing them in gray. And I was like, gray on gray? What? And then she showed me. Because I'm a very visual person. And when you say gray on gray, I think two of the same shades of gray. Because I guess there's a lighter shade of gray. Song reference. Anyways, as you can tell, you can plainly see the grout lines, which is awesome. So those are going to go like this one right here. Look at this. We can even do this real fast. So, as you can see, that's how it's going to look. We are going to cover all of this in black fabric. This section right here will have black fabric from the ceiling. I'll mark where the garage door is. There'll be black fabric always right here, attached to the top of the thing up there. And then we're going to cover this. We'll have black fabric in it, and it will be magnets that'll hold it up there. But that's how that's going to look. So now we have to put this down nicely, Troy, or else your wife will kill you if you break this. So we've moved on from that because we're waiting until we're probably going to do the walls tomorrow. But in the meantime, I started the slab. So this is an 80-inch tall slab, 3 feet wide. And what we're going to do with it is this will obviously be the slab itself. We're going to put a piece of underlayment on this because I don't want it to be super heavy. So we're going to put underlayment on that. And then I had the genius idea. This is called flashing. So I'll show you So it is roll flashing. The value roll is 20 inches wide by 10 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll this out right along here, and we're actually going to screw it in to the side here. So it'll come up, over, and up and over. My friend Ty is 3D printing bolt heads for me right now. They like carriage bolt heads, rivets, whatever you want to call them. So those will go on the outsides on top of that metal flashing. So that will get attached onto there. And what I'm going to do is this will actually fit exactly where it'll be 20, 20, 20, and 20. I should be able to do it so I can go right to the edge. And I have a little bit of edge right there. Look at that. Like I planned it. So we'll put a screw right there on the flat part. And then put a screw on for the other one there. And it'll go across like that. What we're probably going to do is this is where the 3 straps are going to go as well. So each one of the breaks in the flashing will be covered, technically, by the strap that will come over the person. So the strap is going to hang off to the side, and then when they stand in front of it, they can choose to put it in front of them or not. And we'll probably have one of us will be standing there helping them if they want to put it in front. You know, maybe it's just them and their friend or whatever. So each one of these will have a strap on it. That's the thing I'm still waiting to figure out. I'm thinking of something because I mean, obviously it could be something with a pool noodle or something like that, but I want it to be metal of some sort. So that I'm still going to work on. I may actually have some of that left over, but it's not going to be that long. So that's like $27 for that. So I don't really want to go back and get that, but they do have they have thinner ones that I could probably do. So then I could wrap the edges in like a pool noodle and spray paint it or whatever, or I can put some sort of weather stripping on it so that it doesn't cut anybody. But yeah, so that would be like a flap over it that I can bend into a rounded shape that will go 1, 2, 3. And then below it we'll have, because this is what the thing's going to look like. Here's from Young Frankenstein. So what I'm going to do is I already kind of marked it out on this one, even though this is not the one that I'm going to use because it's bigger than the other piece over there, and I don't want to buy more foam. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that right there. That's our round. And then we're going to have a wheel. Ironically, I'm actually buying a 3D printer tomorrow. So I'm actually, my first 3D print is going to be like it's like a 5-spoke ship's wheel like you saw in the movie picture there. That will go right in the middle, and then all those circles. So it's a simple build. You just put a big circle there, and then you circle, 2 more circles that are smaller that way, and then that piece for the dial. So it'll be a pretty easy one to do with the Dremel, because I always use a Dremel to cut this stuff, especially with a circle. It's going to be way easier with a nice clean Dremel hit. So that will go under it like this. That's actually really good. This goes right in between the two of them. So it'll look just like that on the under. So that'll have the two sides like that. And then we're going to use, I've only got a couple more pieces of wood back there. You can see them right there. I've used a lot of them. So we'll put some angles. We'll probably put an A-frame underneath this so that it will sit up. I'm going to knock that flashing over. But it's going to sit at an angle probably like that. I don't know what kind of angle that is, but it'll sit. You can kind of see it there. So it'll sit like that so that people can stand right in front of it. And there'll be two towers on either side of it that have lights and all kinds of stuff, and it'll look really cool. So that'll be right in the center. So that is where we are at with the build. We did a lot today. Granted, I mean, I already made the frames, but now I have to put them together. Everything fit perfectly. It is a little off-centered, if you can tell that it's all the way on that wall. The other one, it's not all the way because of the cabinets. I ain't moving those cabinets, they're heavy. So I got everything I needed out of them, so I'm good on that. We're just going to put the foam in front of it with the Velcro, and it'll look awesome. It's going to look really cool, like, right away. So, yeah. So that's it for so far. We'll probably get a lot done in the next couple of days and hit a lot on Saturday. I'm actually hoping to have the walls up before Saturday, and the flashing done on this before Saturday, so that Saturday during the day I can go out and start setting up the graveyard, and then we'll move on to props and stuff after that. We are going to take a break to go to the Philadelphia Terror Tours at the end of September, and then probably come back and work on it for another week after that, getting the final touches on everything, setting out, lights, and I'm not going to set out lights until after we get back. So I'll work on that when we get back. So, yeah, it should be fun. So, haunt on.